Unified Championship Radio.
Is the one in 22-1, the Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar has returned, and we will get into that. This is Anthony the Ant-Man alongside Keith Logan, the Loganator. You are listening to Ringside Rumble Radio here on the UCR Network, powered by Spreaker.com.
It's true. It's true. It's damn true. It's powered by Spreaker.com. That's my little plug for the opening. How are you, my friend?
I am doing great. Another week of wrestling bonanza.
Bonanza. I like that word, bonanza. Did you happen to catch the good old Monday Night Raw?
I was working, but I came home to catch the ending, and it was just what I wanted to see. Brock Lesnar cleaning house and staking his claim as one of the 30 participants in the 2016 Royal Rumble. And he is ready to get back what he did not even lose.
He wasn't even pinned.
He was not even pinned. He did not lose that world title at WrestleMania. He's ready to get his title back.
Well, you want to start backwards, or should we talk about Lesnar and the whole?
Let's get right into the Lesnar deal.
Well, he came. Well, he didn't debut. He came back, and it was great to see Paul Heyman back once again with his amazing promos. I could just sit there and listen to Paul Heyman for 2 hours on Raw, and I'd be entertained. I don't know about you.
Yeah, him. It's like a breath of fresh air when he comes on.
And you see him backstage with Vince and Stephanie, and they go on about like, oh, well, let's step into my office and talk. And he said he wasn't gonna do. Heyman always, you know how Lesnar is. He's a one-guy show. He's just not gonna work for anybody.
Yeah, he did not want to be in the Royal Rumble. He wanted his title shot at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
And Vince and Steph said, no.
No, you have to be in the Royal Rumble because too many people are injured.
Well, that is true, and we found out just how much he wanted to be in the Royal Rumble right at the end because he came in and cleaned house.
He did, but I don't know about you, but I felt it was a little sloppy, I guess you could say.
Well, of course. The one person we want to get tossed all over the place is Sheamus, and he's the one that mounts like a beatdown on Brock Lesnar for about 3 minutes.
In the corner, it starts hitting him with those hard strikes, and then all of a sudden, Lesnar gives him a little bit of a clothesline, and then he goes down. And
we saw a little Kevin Owens-Brock Lesnar confrontation to start.
It was predictable, though. When they announced that it was one verse... What was the hashtag? One verse...
One verse all.
One verse all. I was like, okay, here we go. I was thinking about it as I was watching. I was like, he's going to be down. Everybody's going to come to the ring. Finally, Vince is going to be like, everybody go in and take care of business. And then all of a sudden, what happens? You hear Brock Lesnar's music hit. And I was like, wow, how predictable. How predictable. And then he comes walking down to the ring, does his little strut, jumps in, starts cleaning house of everybody. Only one person left. Two people left, I should say. Well, Roman Reigns was just lying on the ground, basically.
They had me, though. They had me for a split second because I was like, is he going to help Roman Reigns up for a second?
No.
And then I was like, it would be unfair to the fans, unfair to Brock Lesnar's character, and then he just F5'd Roman Reigns.
Yeah. Brock Lesnar's character is basically, he's no longer heel or face. When it comes to...
He's just badass.
He's just badass. He's on his own agenda. He does whatever he wants to do. And if he wants the title, hell, he's going to try and get it any way he can by taking out the champion or 12 other guys in the ring.
Yeah, and he completely destroyed everyone. And, it's good in a way because before, Paul Heyman was starting to piss off Stephanie McMahon a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering what was going to be made of that. And in the end, it ended up going both good for both of them. Roman Reigns got beat up. Brock Lesnar came in, cleaned house, and he's in the Royal Rumble now.
Mm-hmm.
So for Brock Lesnar, this has huge implications for Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. First, let's start off with Brock Lesnar because he has two options to me in this Royal Rumble.
Okay.
He either wins or they start something with him and Kevin Owens, which has been talked about for a while and which we've all been wanting to see at WrestleMania. Those are the only two options that happens for Brock Lesnar because maybe he eliminates Kevin Owens and then Kevin Owens comes back in and takes him out, and then there we go.
There's an angle right there.
Right. But if none of those two things happen, it's pretty much a waste of having Brock Lesnar in the Royal Rumble match.
Yeah, because the only way I see him losing is if they have a gang of maybe like 5 or 6 guys. Remember how they used to eliminate the Big Show? Like everybody would jump on him, and you have like 8 or 9 guys on top of him trying to push him over the top rope. So that's how I see it. But I would have to agree if you want to set up an angle, either have him win the Royal Rumble and then have the rematch at WrestleMania with Roman Reigns for a title shot, or, like you said, something with Kevin Owens. He comes back, does his little cheap shot, because that's kind of how Kevin Owens, his angle is right now as well. Kind of almost like the Seth Rollins type of deal. So
a little slimy, a little get him out of there.
Kind of
any cheap way that you can.
Lie, cheat, and steal type of way.
Yeah, of course. And then you have Roman Reigns. And ever since we got off the air last week, one of the big topics I talked to you about was Roman Reigns. I was trying to figure out how that we could talk about this on the air, how we could spin this. And the only thing I could think of is that Roman Reigns is screwed any way you put it. Because he wins the Royal Rumble, and the fans are going to go nuts because they don't like it. What WWE wants to happen if Roman Reigns wins the Royal Rumble is, wow, he beat 29 other superstars. He's like a superhero. He defended his title, but that's not how fans are going to see this.
Yeah, because he won last year. He got booed. And if he wins again, it's going to be predictable all over again.
Right.
Like you said, the big Superman guy with the Superman punch, and he wins and defends it over 29 guys. And I feel also he's kind of at a bind right now because with all the rumors escalating, with all these New Japan wrestlers supposedly coming over, and you have guys that are on the shelf like Cena, Orton, all these guys, and you need new blood kind of to pull the ship out of sinking, I guess you could say. And honestly, I don't think Roman Reigns is the guy. I feel like he's so... First of all, he's still wearing his Shield attire. Shield's been gone for how long now? Let's change that up a bit. Give him a new attire at least. I mean, even Dean Ambrose comes out. I mean, yeah, he's wearing jeans and looks like he's a wannabe DDP, but still, he has a new attire. So maybe do that. And I can't even take him seriously when he's on the mic that much. I don't know about you, but when he talks, I'm kind of like this. I'm falling asleep.
He's not really that much of a talking type of guy. He kind of needs what Brock Lesnar has. Brock Lesnar will get his words in because he's a beast, and all he wants to do is eat people alive, like kind of like Mike Tyson would come in and talk. And then you have Paul Heyman who pumps him up.
He needs a mouthpiece. That's what he needs.
He needs a mouthpiece.
Let me throw an angle here to you. Since he needs a mouthpiece, could you possibly see maybe... Well, no, that would not work, because then they would consider him heel then. If Paul Heyman turned on Brock Lesnar and then made a line with him.
Been there, done that, though.
I know. But look who we're talking about. WWE, they don't seem to have... a great imagination when it comes to...
This could have happened a year ago with the Paul. I think it's too far gone now. I mean, who else could you put? There's really no one.
Bring back Jimmy Hart.
Oh, gosh. Jimmy Hart hangs out with Hulk Hogan. He's not coming back.
I know.
But then...
There's not many managers left. I mean...
No, there's not really. There really are not too many managers anymore. Paul Heyman is probably only Zeb Coulter was there for a while. They messed that up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you have Lana also, but she's kind of...
Rusev.
They messed that one up, too.
But they're back together now, and I guess, it is what it is. WWE making mistakes and saying, I guess we could just go back to what was. But then, if Roman Reigns loses the Royal Rumble, it's kind of like, okay, he's won the title, and he's got screwed out of it. About 3 times this has happened. It happened at WrestleMania, where he almost won the title. Happened at, Survivor Series. Mm-hmm. And... it happened at Extreme Rules. How many times are you going to do this? If you're taking the title off of Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble, that's it to me. His time is done, and he's going to have to work his way back to get it.
Or if you love using old angles and just like to recycle things, they could take a page out of the Attitude Era and have him almost pull like a Rock and maybe have him become the new corporate champion, and he decided to sign his soul to the devil type of deal, but been there, done that already. So, I mean, we don't know which way WWE plans on going. They could go, unfortunately, they always go the wrong way, so I'm kind of used to it by now. So if it happens...
That's why we all have our hopes high coming into the Royal Rumble, and then they throw crap at you with, they'll throw Michael Cole in the Rumble or something ridiculous.
Well... watch, maybe they'll have the last man to enter against Roman Reigns be Jerry the King Lawler. I mean...
and then he'll just toss him right out.
That's a stellar ending right there, right? I mean, you're only paying $9.99 now for pay-per-views. I mean, unless you're a sucker who's still paying the $50 on Fios or Cablevision or whatever you have as your provider. But we've talked about this till we're blue in the face, how since the network came out, they kind of watered down these pay-per-views completely. So...
well, what do you do when you don't have all these superstars right now? You don't have Cesaro. You don't have John Cena. Randy Orton's not coming back for a while, although he says he's doing better. But you don't have Daniel Bryan. He's healthy. He's waiting in the wings. But do you bring him into the Royal Rumble? Because if he does get into the Royal Rumble and get tossed out, then you kind of have to put the title on Brock Lesnar, because if Roman Reigns wins again, they are going to boo. They've booed the last 2 Royal Rumbles because Daniel Bryan wasn't in it.
And here's the thing. Like I said before, they repeat way too much. So now's the time for them to dig deep. This is like the deepest talent they have. They could call somebody up from NXT tomorrow and have them win the Royal Rumble.
But it's hard because you're going into WrestleMania, where this might actually be the biggest held event in all of WrestleMania, because AT&T Stadium is huge in Dallas.
I know.
So they're going to have to come up with something huge, because, I mean, the title might not even be the last match. You got The Rock coming back. You're going to have Lesnar.
See, I'm
What's
done with The
going
Rock.
on with The Undertaker?
I don't know.
Do you bring The Undertaker back
if you
and have him have one last run with the belt?
Here's what I could see. Here's my scenario. Could possibly be. You have 2 men down to the end. We'll say Lesnar and Roman Reigns, okay?
Don't give us spoilers.
I'm not giving you spoilers. I'm just thinking outside the box. But it's been done already. And
a lot of those creative writers think outside the box.
Yeah, I know, they really do. But if you could probably figure out where I have an angle, sort of. So they eliminate each other.
Oh, goodness. How many times are we going to do this?
I know. I'm just saying.
Do it all the time.
I know. So they eliminate each other, but that means the title is vacated. And why not have some sort of big match at WrestleMania, like a Fatal 4-Way or something like that?
You're killing me, bro.
I'm trying, man. I mean...
it's so hard, I know.
I know.
If the WWE Network was not around and I bought that pay-per-view and you had that angle,
you'd be like...
I would be pissed.
So you'd be like, boo!
Yeah, pissed off that no one won the title at a Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. But we will talk more. I don't want to get too much into scenarios and predictions until next week, because next week is the Royal Rumble, so we'll have our preview show then.
Yeah.
One thing I did catch off of Raw. I was telling you about this last night. And while Brock Lesnar is beating